All right. Good morning, everybody. Woo. My name is Stephanie Franklin. I'm one of the planning section chiefs with the Academy's team. If I can just remind everybody to please turn off their cell phones, make sure we don't have any distractions this morning. Welcome to the operational briefing for Friday, March 20th of the Arizona Wildfire and Incident Management Academy. Congratulations for making it to the final day of the Academy, exhibiting the mental toughness to meet the expectations of all of your classes. With that being said, it's going to be a smaller amount of people on the campus today. We're looking at 365 in attendance for the Academy. So even though it's slower and less busy, just remember the last day of the Academy is just as important as that first day of the Academy. So we've got our fun QR code behind us here. You can scan that. It takes you to the Academy website. You can find a copy of the electronic Academy action plan there. And feel free to download that, use that for your information throughout the day. The objectives are found on the 202 of the action plan, and those remain unchanged and valid. I will turn it over for the weather report.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Mike Lang with the Plan Shop here at the Academy. Hey, that ridge of high pressure is not going anywhere soon, so expect highs around the upper 80s the upper 80s to lower 90s. RHs are starting to dip into the teens a little bit, or the single digits a little bit this week. The winds are coming out of the west at around 5 to 10, so keep a lookout for that in the afternoon. Also, as you're traveling home, check your vehicle. Make sure your fluids are all good. We're getting into that time of year. Get into that habit. Take extra water and have a safe trip home.
Good morning, everybody. Dennis Stern, one of the Operations Section Chiefs trainees for the Academy this year. Congratulations making it to the last day of the Academy. I want to say thank you to all the students that chose to choose the Academy this year to come be with us. We have 9 classes ending today. We also have the 130, 190 classes, the S211 classes, and the S212 classes finishing up in the field this morning. And then they'll be coming back on campus for their final graduation for those classes. I want to say thanks to the operations group for getting us through the Academy this year. Working as a trainee, it's been great working with them. Also working with all the students and all the rest of the incident management team that was here. And you guys have a great day.
Good morning, Jim with safety. So I'd like to draw your attention to our safety message today. Please take a few minutes to go through it and look at all these things that are very important. I mean, everything in here today, keeping up with your fitness, utilizing your PPE and things like that. So take a few minutes to look at that. Secondly, I'd like to share a small story, very short. 2 neighbors. One stays at home, works from his office there at the house, and the other neighbor he witnesses every day. He watches him. He comes home from work, and he walks up to this little tree in his front yard. And he kind of simulates like he's hanging something on the tree, but there's never anything there. And he goes into his house. And he comes out in the morning, and that same neighbor sits across the street, and he looks at this guy come out to go to work, and he looks at his tree, and he just kind of walks off, gets in his car and leaves. Well, finally, after about a year, the neighbor asks him, he goes, "Man, I watch you every day. What do you do there?" And he goes, "Well, that's my trouble tree." He goes, "Every day I come home from work, I hang my troubles on my tree, and then I go into the house to be with my family. And when I come out the next day, most times my troubles are gone. Occasionally there's 1 or 2 little things there, and I pick them up and I take them with me and I go finish those out through the day." So what I'm going to share with you, or what I want you to do, is utilize that trouble tree, or that concept of, before you go into your family, maybe leave your troubles outside. Go in and enjoy your family, enjoy that peace, and then come back out later. Maybe your troubles aren't there anymore. So one last challenge for the Academy and for your rest of your travels as you leave here: say something nice to a random person today. It just might be what they need to hear to get through the day. Enjoy your travels.
Good morning, Brett Mirendorf Logistics. A few things for you this morning. If you have any key cards for the college, make sure you turn those in. We have your name on a list, and we'll don't want to have to hunt you down and find you for those cards. Also, any supplies or any tools that you have, make sure you bring them back to logistics so we can button everything up and get ready for a great next year. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Tiffany Davila, Public Information. I just wanted to announce the winner of the photo contest. So we appreciate everybody's submissions. We had over 75 submissions from the 2025 wildfire season, and this was the winner. It's Dennis Stern with Dragon Bravo. This was taken south of the Grand Canyon National Park. Dennis is here. So congratulations, Dennis. Come on down. Dennis is the winner of a backpack. We want to thank the Hike Shack for donating the backpack. They're another great contributor to the Academy. Thank you, Dennis, very much. And we appreciate everybody that submitted photos. Next year is going to be the 25th anniversary. So start capturing those photos this coming fire season so we can have a good collection for next year. So thank you, everybody, for your participation. Because of you, the Academy was able to raise nearly $29,000 to support the Academy moving forward. Thank you again, everyone, and have a safe fire season this year.
Good morning, Deborah Packard, Human Resource Specialist with the team. I've done a series of messages this week, mostly about change, and this is the last one, more about personal change, so please take a moment to read it. You can access it through the QR code. If you don't like where you are, then change it, because you are not a tree. The other thing I will talk about today is the vendors. So if you want to change your shirt or your socks, you can go down to the vendors, and they still have some down there. Come by and pick up an item and support those vendors who support our Academy. Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Clyde England, Deputy IC. A lot of us were talking out this morning, and it's always kind of sad when you look out in the last day and the parking lot's empty and there's not so many students or faculty or anybody walking around that you can say hi to. So it's that time of assignment, just like a fire assignment, where you're starting to look forward to going home and and you're going to miss it because it's been your home for whether the last week or the last couple days. So that's a normal feeling for a lot of us. But as all good things come to an end, we try to remember all the conversations you had this week, not just about work or your classes and the knowledge that you were getting, but those personal conversations you had at lunchtime or after hours, and really put those away, because there's a good chance you're going to see those folks again very soon. And that's what this is about, right? This is a friendship and a family that you've become a part of if it's your first time here. So remember those faces, remember those conversations, and take that forward. So we want to thank everybody for coming. You guys being here is this is what this is about. We want to see people donate their time to make themselves better. We're all on the same level, and we all want to keep the same pace going uphill. And so we thank you guys for being here this year. The Academy's not over until you get home to your families. So be safe. Take your time getting home. Make phone calls if you need. If you start getting tired, if you have a long drive. And get home and tell them how much you missed them and you're glad to be there and share your experience with them. So with that being said, from the team members, we thank you. We want to thank Emory-Riddle for another great year. They support this Academy, and we couldn't do it without all of you guys. So we appreciate it. We'll see you next year.
All right, one other quick announcement. We still have a few things in Lost and Found. So if you're missing an item, please go visit the information shop and pick up those before you head out from the academy. Other than that, just kind of reiterating what everybody has said. Thank each and every one of y'all for attending this year's academy. It has been our absolute privilege to support each and every one of you guys. Again, enjoy the last day of the academy. Continue on with the happy learning. Take home some of these great messages that all of the instructors have for you. We hope to see everybody again next year. With that, let's end on a high note, and this concludes our briefing for this year, for the last operational period for the academy, and have a safe and good fire season this year. Thank y'all so much.